Welcome to Music and Medicine. I'm your host, Dr. Moshe Lewis. Really excited today to be joined by a phenomenal musician, Tim Meyer, former bassist for OneRepublic, is now running for public office, and it is an incredible story that he's going to share with us. So we look forward to hearing from him, and we just thought, young man, we appreciate you joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
That maybe we should set the stage, not that there's a song that we don't know, several of which you wrote, but we want to just do a little walk down memory lane and take a listen to some of your work.
Absolutely. That sounds great. Yeah. Yeah. So, co-wrote Stop and Stare became a #1 hit here and in Europe as well, and many songs on the first and second OneRepublic albums. I played and performed on Apologize,
Right.
Colby Calais, Bubbly, and worked with Chappell Roan and
Right.
Kesha and all sorts of folks in the music industry. And it's been an amazing journey. It's been, I think I have 14 gold and platinum albums
Sure.
now, just
Only,
all the
right,
stuff,
losing
all the
track. Yeah,
stuff,
sure.
and
Well, just in case somebody hasn't heard just a couple of them, our DJ was kind enough to steal a couple of
oh,
samples. So
okay,
let's see
nice.
what he can do.
That sounds great.
Tell me that you're sorry, didn't think I'd turn around. You say that it's too late to apologize. It's too late. I said it's too late to apologize. It's too late. Fun boy, run, 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 run. Run, run, run. I got my mind made up, man, I can't let go. I'm killing every second till it sings my soul. I'll be running till the love runs out, till the love runs out. And we'll start a fire, and we'll shut it down, till the love runs out, till the love runs out. I'll say I did it all. I did it all. Lately I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. Baby, I've been praying hard. Said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Lately I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. But baby, I've been praying hard. Said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Tell me what you want to hear, something that'll light those ears. I'm sick of all the insincere, so I'm gonna give all my secrets away. Got all the wrong friends and all the wrong places, so yeah, we're going down. They got all the wrong moves and all the wrong faces, so yeah, we're going down. Round and round we go. Where we stop, nobody knows. In the end, we lose control, but right now we're invincible. But I ain't worried about it right now. Keeping dreams alive, 1999 heroes. I ain't worried about it right now. Swimming in the floods, dancing on the clouds below. I ain't worried about it.
Wow.
A little bit of a walk down memory lane, just
Oh
in
my
case a
gosh, that
couple
was
of
so
people.
sweet. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Talk to us about that songwriting process, because I want to sort of lead parallels to the political scape, and we're going to
Yeah.
get there.
Yeah,
The work, the time, and the
absolutely.
sound. How do you put it together?
Every song is different. I think at this point I've written over 2,000 songs. So a lot of music, and the journey is different. If I'm writing by myself, sometimes it'll just start off with, a melody on a piano or writing on a guitar, and then a vocal melody, and sometimes lyrics will come after. Other times when I'm collaborating with someone else, maybe they'll come in with a start of an idea, and then we kind of flesh out a chorus together. Every song is different, and I'm always amazed at the process when something comes together and it's, you're recording it and it all comes together and you're listening back and it's just pure magic. And it's kind of interesting how that just formulates all together. But yeah, I like to keep it different every time, and sometimes it might start with a beat. Maybe I'll start a song just with a beat and then kind of working a melody around that.
Right.
So I think spontaneity is definitely the key for writing songs. Keeping it fresh.
Sure. Since the show has a medical bent, one of the songs that touched me the most was the one that you all did about a child with cystic fibrosis. How did that
Mhm.
idea come to light? Because that's something so relatively rare.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Ryan, was the main lyricist on that. But my wife has battled stage 4 cancer as a young high schooler, and she's had a lot of health issues throughout her life, and many songs I've written about just my wife and her journey with her health. And there's nothing like writing a song and getting feedback from someone that's like, I went through cancer, I was going through this medical issue, and this song really touched my life and made a huge difference. So it's really, really special when I hear that.
Sure. I also wanted to plant the seeds towards your career because a lot of people don't know that you majored in political science. Talk to us about how that foundation sort of really started to define not only your musical writing, but really who you are.
Yeah, absolutely. So my journey was interesting. So I started the band OneRepublic when I was 18 or 19 years old. And then we got signed when I was 21 or so, like very young. And so I was going to Cal State Northridge, and I actually had to leave Northridge because I was touring around the country and doing everything like that. But I did well in school. And, after the band, had done a bunch of touring and had written a bunch of songs and had written a bunch of songs on my own, and having young daughters, I decided to apply to Harvard and got in, and then transferred the credits to Penn State. And so I majored in political science, and it's interesting, studying climate change, immigration, education, and it's really formulated my understanding now here in California that we need to make a difference. We need to step up and make a change. There's been on both sides of the political spectrum, we've seen a lot of corruption, and so I'm excited to step forward and be running here for Californians and making a big difference here. People can't afford to buy a house here in California. Many millennials are leaving to Austin, to Nashville, and so I'm really fighting to make sure that young folks can buy a home here, and all people in
Sure.
California.
Talk to us about that decision and that pivotal moment to say, this is really where I need to put my energy and my passion. Like you said, you have a family, you have a wife,
Yeah,
you have a career, you're a
yeah,
CEO of a company
and
that
it's
has
going
multiple
well.
artists.
Yeah, it's going
And
well.
many people would say, what are you doing
My
stepping into
wife and
this?
kids said that exact thing. They were like, "Why are you doing this? Are you crazy?" Um, but honestly, like, it was a calling. I grew up a pastor's kid,
Right.
and I watched my dad serve. I watched him hold people's hands in hospital beds passing away and praying with them, and how special that was. And I, saw him feed homeless people, and I would go alongside him and his life of service. He didn't get paid much. We grew up poor. We grew up working class. And I saw that life of dedication. And now in the second stage of my life, I want to dedicate my life to serving others and helping others. And there's a lot of issues here in California. Like we have some amazing people, but we also have some corrupt people. And here in California, I heard a statistic that 1/3 of the population is in or near poverty.
Mm.
And there's, food banks I've been going to where the shelves are stocked full of food from Trader Joe's, and the folks going in there aren't homeless people. They're just hardworking people that, have an apartment that they're not able to buy food for their family. And so these are the people that are affected here in California, that I'm running for.
Sure. How do you feel that the music and the passion that you put into all of that for so many years and continue to do so? I know you have a lot of artists at your company, sort of really helps best or better prepare you to take on this political role.
Absolutely. I mean, one of the things that has been such a joy starting Palladium Records and publishing is seeing hundreds of artists at this point be able to buy houses or, buy apartments or just be able to do music for a living, which is such a gift, right? That is such a gift. And so, as I'm transitioning into politics right now, that's one of my goals is to make sure that I can bring that creativity to politics and figure out the housing crisis that we're all feeling right now. I think one of the ways we could do that, just to talk politics a little bit, is we have a lot of unused land right now throughout California, state land, and also government buildings that are just empty. They're not being used. Let's convert that to affordable housing. Let's get folks in there. And so, yeah, there's some exciting things I want to do.
Sure. Um, Next is really trying to sort of understand, digging a little bit deeper. Some of the challenges will be, oh, you're still green, you've never been in politics
Yeah.
before at this type of a level, you're idealistic, you're a novice, and it's wonderful to have optimism, but even if you go in, they'll change you. How do you feel that you steel yourself literally to not only some of the criticism, but the challenges that lie ahead?
Yeah, it's really been interesting. Like we during this campaign I didn't have a TikTok. And all of a sudden, we've had thousands and thousands of followers just in a short amount of time. In 3 weeks start following us and things going viral. I think, growing up working class, I was a janitor, I was a barista, and, staying true to who I am as a person, which is I grew up working class and, my heart is to take care of the folks here in California that are hardworking people, working class, and they just want a better leg up, and musicians are the same way, like songwriters. It's interesting, not to be a downer, but with Spotify, for every $1,000 that's made on Spotify, a songwriter is getting like 40 bucks.
Right.
So we need to see some major, major changes, and tech companies are making a lot of that money and everything. So looking for a lot of change coming up here, and I know we're gonna do it. There's a movement that's happening, and we're seeing it all across the state and all across the country, and people are energized and excited. So I'm excited to see what happens here.
Absolutely. Going into music, is there some place or some song, whether it's from your older catalog or stuff that you're writing now, that you sort of enjoy using as a way to, give yourself more energy, give yourself more courage to continue to press on?
Yeah, I mean, "Stop and Stare" is a song that's dear to my heart, and, I've used "apologize" sometimes in political, things online saying, "It's too late to apologize," and things like that, which has been really fun playing with that. But, one of the songs I love too, just like a modern day song, is Rachel Platten's song, "Fight Song," just keep fighting on. And so, I'm a huge Beatles fan, huge Marvin Gaye fan, so, a lot of that music stimulates me and gets me energized for the work ahead.
Sure.
Definitely.
A lot of people may not realize, looking and listening to your catalog, that you work very closely with Timbaland. Talk
Yeah.
to us about that relationship, really what you felt you took away from it.
He's an absolute genius, honestly, and I'll never forget him, bringing me into his car and just being like, "Check this out," and, it was all these records that hadn't been released, and he was, I was so young when I met him, so he was such a huge influence on my style and my songwriting. He's such a smart businessman. He really understands the industry, and, yeah, he was an amazing collaboration and a friend, through these years, so, yeah.
Sure. And we
Yeah.
were willing to admit that he, unlike sometimes in the industry, didn't take your royalties on the song you had
Yeah.
written.
Yeah, yeah. No, luckily, I was able to, I ended up doing an admin deal with Cobalt on my publishing, so I've been able to own all my own publishing and retain all that. So I'm really proud of that. And yeah, but you have to be smart and maneuver the music industry. There's a lot of predatory, labels that
Right.
take advantage of artists, and we've seen a lot of artists come out, and it's really, really important to stay smart and navigate that in the correct way.
Absolutely. You've talked about housing. Is there another issue that's near and dear to your heart that you feel we need to come up with an innovative solution to deal with the challenges of our times?
Absolutely. I'd say climate change is another huge one. We're seeing the effects of climate change. I've been evacuated 3 times from wildfires, and we had so many friends that lost homes throughout the Palisades fires. I'll never forget my daughters crying, just daddy, telling them, you can just grab 3 or 4 toys. And they're like, but what about these toys? And they're crying and crying. And then me having to go back and save the pets during this last fire. Um, these are traumatic events that are happening for folks all across California. And we need to figure out new ways to to figure out these wildfires and protect our citizens. And a lot of that is managing the land. First and foremost, it's climate change, right? And we need to bring our emissions down. But we also could be doing things here at a state level, like managing our land a lot better and making sure we have the water resources. I've connected with all the different fire crews and throughout the state and have gone up and checked out everything. And we need to manage this a lot better, and I think we will. It's on the top of everyone's mind, and I think we're going to do it.
Yeah. To what extent do you feel like music can act as a excellent vehicle for political change?
Yeah, I mean, throughout history, we've seen music just be, I think about the 60s and Bob Dylan and Marvin Gaye and just all these amazing artists that rose up with these protest songs. And, I think, we're in a time right now where this new generation is coming up. We've seen Chaperone advocating for certain things. And I think as we're in this era of this Trump era right now, I think there's a whole um, group of artists that are bubbling up that are ready to make some new protest music or just music in general that lifts people's spirits in the times that we're in right now. And so I'm really excited to see what comes out.
Yeah. What's something that you feel will be unique about the way you approach your campaign and that you hope will resonate with voters?
Yeah, I think, as I'm going across the state and the district and meeting with different people, we all kind of speak the same language, whether you're independent, whether you're Democrat, whether you're Republican, we're a lot more similar than we are different. It's interesting. The media, I think, really tries to separate us. But when I'm talking to just everyday folks, like they just want to take care of their family. They wanna buy a home. They want to put gas in their tank. They wanna buy eggs that aren't $10.
Right.
And they want the economy to be better. They don't wanna, be attacked by a homeless person in the street, or someone following them back to their car. We all share the same values, and, we just need strong solutions, to get us out of this mess that we're in right now, and I absolutely know that we're gonna be doing that, and that's the thing that's energizing me is, like, listening to the voters and us all speaking the same language, and music's been a bridge for that too. I've seen, with concerts we've done and different things, with people, people are just energized by the music and the love of our state, so it's gonna be it's exciting. It's
Sure.
exciting.
We have to end on a positive musical note. Maybe we can look back just over the past year and placement and sync licensing.
Yeah.
Just give us a smorgasbord of some of the places your music can
Oh
be
my
heard
gosh.
within just the last year alone, besides
Oh
these
my
songs.
gosh. Yeah. I mean, I've had thousands and thousands of placements in TV, film, and commercials, and it's been everywhere from Grey's Anatomy to HBO to Target ads to Google ads to Microsoft ads, ABC, NBC, and Super Bowl, and all of it, and it's been such a great outlet, to be able to have music and TV, film, and commercials, and you can check out my IMDb and read all the, the credits and everything, but it's been an amazing avenue for me. So
Sure. And do you sense that's something to try to push on to younger artists to have them understand the importance of placement? Because
yeah,
maybe today's film or Tubi or TV is really the radio of yesterday.
Yeah, so absolutely. Like, getting back to Spotify or Apple Music or streaming royalties, right? So a songwriter is only getting 40 or 50 bucks on those platforms. And then, if you're in a major label deal, like let's just say, the platform is taking 50 or 60% cut from the top, and then the major label sometimes, these predatory deals, it might be 85%. Um, and then there's the 360 deals, which is 60% across all the touring and all the things. The artist is left with nothing. But the way these predatory companies set it up is so that, you're never recouping the advance. You're always passing the advance down. What's really exciting and great about music and TV film is you skip all that middleman stuff and they just give you a check. Grey's Anatomy gives you $30,000 or, in some cases ads, for Google or for Chase Bank can add up to $1 million checks. And so that's what's really exciting about the TV film thing is you don't have all these people grabbing the money from the artists, which we need reform. We need reform on the federal level for artists. We need, one of the challenges that we've had in the music industry is artists can't be a union, right? Because they're independent contractors. So it'd be great, if we could somehow figure out a way to unionize and make sure they have their rights. So
So with that last pearl, what would you advise some young artists who may be coming along, whether I don't know if it's joining a label or whatever the case may be, to because most of them don't know how to look for where the placements would be. They don't know how to prep their documents for that. They don't know what that's all really sort of industry speak. And the average songwriter or person that's got some music on Spotify has no idea about what really happens in terms of getting this kind of placements. What advice would you give them?
yeah, I mean, I would advise them to connect with a sync company that's like a sync agent. So there's all these different sync houses that will commission like a manager, and they'll commission 15, 20%. And they go out and they take your catalog of music and then they go pitch it to Disney and different music supervisors and then they collect the money for you and do all the accounting and pay you. So, I would offer that advice for a young songwriter or artist, like try to connect with some sync agencies and have them pitch your music and get it out there and um, see what happens. So, yeah.
Sure. I'll let you have the last word. Shameless plug, not only for your platform, but the fact that you're really seeking to make a change.
Yeah, absolutely. You can follow me at, follow my music and everything that I'm doing on palladiumrecords.com and then Tim Myers Official on Instagram. And there'll be constant posts going on. I'm again just really excited to be running here in California and making a difference here in our state. And yeah, I just really appreciate you having me on today.
Sure. And we appreciate you coming
Yeah.
all the way in from Palm Springs. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you. Thank you.
We've been through storms, felt the pounding rain. We've gone to the ends of the earth, to the ends of the earth, to the ends of the earth. We've seen the eye of the hurricane. We've gone through the fire, we've gone through the fire, we've gone through the fire. We've been through World War III. No, I will never leave. When nights get cold, I'll be your hand to hold and dry you home. We've crossed so many roads and cracked those pavement floors. And when the waves are crashing, crashing, I'm yours, you're mine, my breath of life, my lover, 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 my love. Right now, tonight, let's feel alive. My lover, my lover, my lover, my love, my lover, my lover, my lover, my love. My lover, my lover, my lover, my love, my lover, my lover, my lover, my love. My lover, my lover, my lover, my love, my lover, my lover, my lover, my love. Remember when we were kids? We felt so in love, we felt so in love, we felt so in love. The sex would fade and I'd complain. And we fight all night and we fight all night and we fight all night. We've been through World War III. No, I will never leave. I'm crashing. I'm yours, you're mine, my breath of life, my lover, my lover, my lover, my love, my lover, my lover, my lover, my love. Right now, tonight, let's feel alive. My lover, my lover, my lover, my love, my lover, my lover, my lover, my love. My lover, my lover, my lover, my love, my lover, my lover, my lover, my love. My lover, my lover, my lover, my love, my lover, my lover, my lover, my love. Through the ups and the lows, through the sun and the snow, you're the only one that knows. You're the only one that knows. I'm yours, you're mine, my breath of life, my lover, my lover, my lover, my love, my lover, my lover, my lover, my love. Right now, tonight, let's feel alive. My lover, my lover, my lover, my love, my lover, my lover, my lover, my love. My lover, my lover, my lover, my love, my lover, my lover, my lover, my love. My lover, my lover, my lover, my love, my lover, my lover, my lover, my love.